All right, bear with us, everybody, while we try to figure this out. There we go. All right, we're gonna pull in the runner and commentators here. It's here.
Hello. Hello.
Why am I muted? Or am I not?
You're not.
I'm not?
Yourself before me. Maybe.
Discord has an icon on me right now. What the hell? This buggy ass pro. Okay. Dude, I am freezing cold right now. This is awful.
Congrats.
Good thing there's a spicy shoot the bull up.
There you go.
Japan. Yeah.
See about BJW?
What's up?
Did you see the message?
message. Alright.
Okay. We are gonna switch up the stream here. Gonna try and have him restream to a location that gives us a better stream quality. Sorry for all the delay again. We do want you guys to have a good experience here, so rather than trying to just power through every run with bad frame rate, we will see what we can do. No.
Twitch now. Looks like he's using his main profile, so twitch.tv/Pingval.
Back on.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, while we have a minute, got a couple of donations to read. Have a wonderful $14.20 donation from McNuggies420. Says nothing is free. CTR file name Nugs. I like it.
Yo, McNuggies, he's back.
He's back.
The JRTA legend. 3 years in a row.
He always delivers. And we also have a $10 donation from Mr. Carter. So it's excited for all the great runs lined up, and I got to enter for that Tuhu game. Put my donation towards La Mulana original music. Thank you very much, Carter. And yeah, like Carter was saying, we have a cool prize going on for the Shoot the Bullet run. So during this run, if you donate at least $5, you are entered to win a copy of Shoot the Bullet. It's a pretty neat little game. Again, courtesy of Retro Psycho. So, you know, he's graciously donated a lot of prizes to this marathon, so please give him a follow on Twitter, Retro, and then SAIKOU. Should have all his information about his eBay store. If you need any sort of classic retro game, or if you need any sort of console or anything like that, he's your man. So go ahead and give him a follow, see his store, and donate to win this cool prize.
Okay, I am going to switch off my audio. So hang on just a second while I switch.
Go ahead and give him a follow, see his store, and donate to win this cool prize.
Okay, I am going to switch off my audio. So hang on just a second while I switch. Okay. That looks much better on my end.
Nice.
Just waiting for stream confirmation here, guys. Does this look smoother?
Yeah, smoothly.
All right. He's paused, right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. It looks good to me. So sorry, you'll have to do a little bit of a delayed commentary there, BJW, but
No, that's fine.
I'd rather the game be smooth than anything.
I'm a fan of smooth Toho.
Okay. Well, I think things look good to me. If you guys are ready.
Pingval's still talking to me.
Okay.
When he's ready to start, should I give a countdown? I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yeah.
I love this guy. Toho legend. Alright, guess I'm counting down. So 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm gonna wait here for the game to start on my stream before saying anything to make sure that he starts too. Okay, there we go. Alright, so this is Toho 9.5 Shoot the Bullet, released way back in 2005, I believe. I should have checked that before starting this. And if you're curious what that .5 means, that basically says that this is an offshoot game. So it's an official game in the Toho series, but not like a main series game. It's a spin-off, so to speak. And if you're familiar with Toho at all, this probably already looks pretty different from what you're used to. So the first thing you think of when you think of Toho is like, well, I guess like degenerate culture. But the second thing you think of, most likely, is vertically auto-scrolling shmups. So this isn't auto-scrolling, this is actually, it's kind of like a boss rush, that's how I think of it. So it's a series of individual levels. There's 11 levels in total, and every level is broken down to a number of scenes. So level 1 here has, I believe, it's 6 scenes, and so on and so forth. So to clear each level, Pingval is going to be taking a requisite number of shots. You can see the required number of shots in the top right corner. It says like photo 5 of 5 right now, so you just clear this scene, and it's photo 04. Alternatively, you can look at the leaves on the left and right hand sides. So he's just going to be taking shots of these bosses throughout, and to expedite this process, he's going to be utilizing charging. So there's 3 movements to do this game. There's unfocused movement, where Aya, the player character, is going to be moving super fast. He's like the fastest character in the series. There's focused movement, which is just holding down shift. This reveals your hitbox. So as with most bullet hell games, your hitbox is really small. You can see right now he's charging. His hitbox is visible. There's like this white circle on Aya's torso. So that's his actual hitbox. If any bullets clip into that, he dies. And dying in this game is really punishing because there are no checkpoints at any of these scenes. You go right to the beginning every single time. So if you have like a 9-10 shot scene and you take a hit, then you're back to shot number 1. So that could be like a 40 or 50 second loss. Anyway, so charging, he's going to be using this third movement speed, which is holding down both the shoot button and shift. And this will allow him to charge a lot faster. But his movement is going to like slow to a crawl. He's sacrificing all his mobility, all his maneuverability, just to get these shots out faster. And to take a shot in the first place, your camera needs to be fully charged to 100%. So I think the stream quality is pretty good right now because there's so few bullets on screen, so you can probably see the percentage next to Aya. But you see that like starting very low and then going all the way up to 100%, at which point you do a shot. So this is Trina, which is going to be running around her. So more mechanics about the camera. There's also zooming. As you zoom, the viewfinder or the frames start to shrink. And this is, there's no real penalty for doing this. In game time, no technical penalties. and in scoring there is, but for a real-time run in most cases, it's perfectly fine to do so. And he's going to be doing this a lot to keep things safe. In addition, so your charge goes up passively all the time, regardless of if you're charging forcefully or not. But every time you take a shot, you retain some of that percentage back going into your next shot. So if you take a successful shot, a shot that actually lands on the boss, then if you cancel a lot of bullets for that shot, then you might end up with 20 or 30% for the next shot, as opposed to say 0 or 1% if you just get a terrible one. Alternatively, you can take like defensive shots or like failure shots. So these are shots that don't land on the boss, but in doing so, you can retain an even higher percentage going into the next shot. So you can get like 60%, which means your next shot will come out a lot faster. And this can be used really strategically here, especially if you get in like a tricky situation. So far, there hasn't been too much crazy stuff going on. Lots of aimed bullets, like right now, so he's just holding right. He's just streaming these gigantic elliptical Micah Knight style bullets from Chernow. These are pretty safe. One thing about the camera, it's only in landscape. So in the sequel to this game, Double Spoiler, you can actually change it to portrait, which can make your shots a lot easier. But for this game, Shoot the Bullet, he's going to be taking everything in landscape. So that means he's going to be generally a lot closer to bosses than you would see in like the sequel. I guess one other nice thing is you can stay to like the left or right of the boss, like on the sides. And by doing so, even though you're taking pictures in landscape, you're kind of creating like a pseudo-portrait shot, because the left and right edges of the frame are a lot farther apart. So if you're on the sides like he is right now, then it's a lot easier to get those shots in than if you were at the very bottom, where you'd be zooming in like all the way up. So this is way faster. We're in level 3 now, so Tina is shooting lasers at Pingval. I hope I'm saying his name right, by the way.
I believe.
Yeah, so I think his Twitter is like ping and then the kanji for value, so I'm just assuming it's actually Pingval. Although people familiar with Toho players probably better know this guy as Let. Alice's gimmick here is having all these dolls to shoot bullets. And then of course, because the camera shots cancel bullets, they also have them cancel bullets, so it's really convenient for him. I guess there's another mechanic to the percentage you retain after a shot. So not only does the cancel matter, like how many bullets you effectively wipe out with every shot, but there's kind of like this successive elements where if you take a good shot with like a good number of canceled bullets and then your next shot has even more canceled bullets, that also is factored into your percentage going into the next shot. And I don't really know exactly how that works, and I've tried figuring it out, but I don't know. No one else seems to know. I would say that only really matters for individual levels, though. For an RTA, it's mostly just, are you charging and are you getting decent cancels, period. He's going to be abusing this safe spot here. It looks like there's a ball of lasers right there, but it's actually just this flashing light, I guess. And it's not really doing anything. This is a pretty generous safe spot. So normally you'd be like standing in the center, dodging these crisscrossing lasers, but Let's better than that. And this is just another example of streaming bullets. He's just going to be holding right, holding left, and all these. So I do want to note again that everything in this game can kill you, including running into the boss itself. And dying is really bad. You just start over from the very beginning of the level. Or the scene, rather. Alright, level 4. This one's pretty gimmicky. So we've got the Imperishable Night Rabbits and Medicine. So Racing here is just going to be vanishing every now and then. Going into like this illusion mode, and during this, when she's like moving around, you can't actually take a photo of her. So Pingval needs to wait for her to become stationary before he can take shots. Nice. Medicine here has probably one of the more annoying gimmicks in the series. So these like purple, dark blue clouds she's spewing out, these actually slow you down. When you're caught in these, your movement just goes to complete crap. And even if you're unfocused, or you're normally moving super fast, you still move extremely slow in these clouds. So adapting with this is difficult. Shots, of course, cancel these clouds too, so it's convenient. And then we have Tay here with the mirrored bullets. So every time these bullets hit the left, right, or ceiling of the screen, they're going to bounce around. They only leave the screen when they touch the bottom.
Good. Time for some donation totals.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, we have a $20 donation from Red Checker. It says, Yuko, you can be the judge of that one, BGW. It's best to put this towards Lagolana Remake for us too. So yeah, that did worry the donation fraction. So yeah, keep it coming. Remake is in the lead, $20 to $10 for the original. So, Drunk Willie donated $10. Need more bullets. Thank you. And Soda Machine donated $5. Thank you. Always makes me donate. Well, we appreciate doing that. And thank you to all of you for your donations. And if you did want your donation to go somewhere, go ahead and just give me a flash on Twitch. You know, just message JRTA and we'll try to add something very limited edition simple.
Thank you for the donations. Also, I want to note that for the first two shots here, Pingval stayed at the very bottom. That's a lot riskier than what you would do normally. Right now, what he's doing spinning around Medicine is how you would casually clear this for a first time. But he was sticking to the bottom and actually dodging those waves, like just micro-dodging the bullets with the clouds coming at him, slowing him down. So that's really cool. So different from 4-1 here, instead of Racing going invulnerable and becoming an illusion, this time the bullets are becoming illusions. So when these red bullets are like kind of becoming translucent, Pingval can just pass right through them, making this extremely easy. Also, I think someone in chat asked if he's playing on pad or keyboard. I believe Pingval is playing on pad. I want to say most Western Touhou players play on keyboard, and there seems to be quite a few Japanese, like the score runners especially, who play on pad. I'm not really sure if that's a culture difference or what, but keyboard seems a lot less predominant in the East. You can see Pingval's kind of abusing his left and right sides right now to get the most out of the shots, given that it's landscape. He's never finding himself at the very bottom until the end here. He's always in a good position. So this is very similar to the previous card. This time the bullets are just fatter. But once again, they're just going to be bouncing on the left, right, and the top edges, and then leaving the screen on the bottom. And oh no! Those hitboxes are pretty big. Like these... So, of course you have your own hitbox, and of course the bullets themselves have their own hitboxes as well. The hitboxes hardly ever really match the sprite size. So, sometimes they can be pretty close to 1-to-1, I would say, with sprite size. But sometimes they're like very off in the case of those big bubble bullets, which some people might know about. You'll see them later, if you don't know. In the case of these like Micronite bullets, I would say they're pretty close to matching the sprite visibly. So you really want to stray as far from them as you can. This is an interesting scene. Racing kind of just tells you where to stay for safety. Alright, we're entering level 5 now, so I would say levels 1 through 4 kind of represent like an introduction to this game. 5 is where the difficulty really starts to pick up. So here we have Mei Ling, she's kicking towards Aya and moving like about as much as she can every single time, and Let's just going to hug the wall here. Aya's gonna just perpetually aim diagonally, which makes this really easy for him. I guess, like, for a first playthrough, normally you'd be going around in a circle or something, making this a lot more dangerous, but Mei Ling's aim isn't too good. And we got Patchy here. You can see how these shot cancels work with respect to the lasers. So he's taking shots, and they are hitting, like, the laser strings that will materialize into lasers, but the lasers still come. And this is an important mechanic that you'll see many more times throughout this run, where those lasers, like, remain dangerous. You can keep them in mind. This is a pretty pattern. Mei Ling's, like, making flowers. Look at that. This one's pretty gimmicky. So Patchy's gonna make this, like, these two solid walls of blue bullets going around in circles, and Pingval just needs to wait to take shots to make sure he can, like, keep things safe for him. So this is a bullet hell game, but I guess to define it properly, it's kind of like, I don't know what you would call it, puzzle photography bullet hell game. It sounds so pretentious, but that is what it is. Alright, this one's very similar to 5-1. In this case, he's going to be going diagonally across the screen to give him, like, the most room here. So top right and back to the bottom left. Mei Ling can only move so much with every step. So as long as he's using this diagonal, then he can keep things really safe. Here's another gimmicky Patchy one. So, once again, she's going to create solid walls of just these, like, ribbons just wrap around and stuff. And I think he's going to stay in this exact same position for the entire time. For the most part. It's funny how it works like that. For this scene, Mei Ling's just gonna, like, home in on Aya, just moving ever so slowly. Not too threatening as long as you keep on charging. Oh, that micro dodge. Also, when I say keep things safe, I am speaking in context to, like, how you would do this normally, in what I assume to be, like, an intended manner, or how a person might play this for the first time, in which case it's way more difficult. And even then, this is really difficult to do, so... hell is not easy. Alright, moving on to 6. This is Chen and Yomu, I believe? Yeah, so Chen's just gonna dance around like crazy here. Just constantly aiming these columns of amulets at you. And Pingval's just gonna slowly edge across the screen, just over and over again. And every time he gets a convenient cancel, he'll like start moving in the opposite direction. So he'll free up some room. This one can be kind of scary because Chen's movement's completely random, and she can like go very low on the screen, which if you're not prepared for, she might just slap you instantly with bullets. So Pingval's gonna be on his toes here. So you realize there is no graze in this game. But there is kind of like a graze bonus if you carry this one. It's like a risk bonus. But with respect to the typical like auto-scrolling shots, there's no graze in that fashion. Okay, so Yomu's gimmick here is she's just gonna like... She moves so fast that time will slow down. It's that relativity shit. And here you really get to see the difference between game time and real time. So I believe a game time capture of this is 20-something seconds. I think this timer started around 1:30, and he's gonna clear this around maybe 1:06. Yeah, so that's like a 24-second game time capture. In real time, I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but he just spent like 45 seconds on that, maybe 50. Like, Yomu's time slow is really potent. Really annoying. It's really awkward moving with respect to like normal speed and then adjusting for her time slows constantly. I would at least say that Yomu's the hardest part of level 6. And just gonna be slashing down and up here. So when she's doing this, she's moving super fast, but if you're taking a shot anticipating her, then you get like your own time slow. So you get to aim properly. And I think I mentioned that earlier, but zooming in general slows down time. If you ever see him zoom, just check out the aim time at the top, and you see the millisecond slow. So that's why that works. Alright, Chen's just gonna use this trash compactor on Aya. And now that he's taken 3 shots, it's coming from all sides. But even from 4 directions, Chen is no match for Pingval.
We have time for donations?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, donations. Bosscraft donates $5. Says, hey all, good luck with JRTA. Love the marathon. Have to get in for SD. Look who best. Marion Scum be gone. Reason can stay. Put this to so I'm assuming that means something.
Sure.
Okay. Vegas donated $5 for that message. Thank you everybody for donating. And again, if you donate $5 during this SW run, you are entered into winning a CD of this game. So please, come down and donate some more to win that. And while you're donating, we have so many incentives going on right now. You can donate for stuff like the bid war between Omnilana, original remake. Right now, remakes in the lead, 20 to 10. Hey, that's a pretty small gap. If that's not your thing, how about the CTR file man? The Great McNuggies 420 has made Nugs with a donation in the lead, but not a big lead. You kind of get something in there for that. Or maybe you want to do Undertale bid war between Hug or no Hug. That's a $25 Hug to $0 no Hug. That should be close. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on right now, so please, we appreciate any donations you can give, but just your support in general. Thank you very much.
Can I recommend an incentive?
Yeah, please.
Please donate to get SMB3 out of the marathon in Quake 3 end.
Yes, dude.
Please. We want to see Quake 3 Arena with Laura. We've seen SMB3 so much. It's a boring game. It's like half auto-scroller. We're watching Toho right now, and not even this is auto-scrollers. So why are we going to watch SMB3? Put your money to Quake 3.
What other marathon allows you to eject a game that's on the schedule and replace it with a significantly more violent first-person game?
Agreed. This is one of the best incentive ideas we've had. So please donate and make this happen. Courier's gonna be mad, but that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Alright, so we're in level 7 right now. We got embodiment Scarlet Devil characters here with Sakuya and Remy. For that final phase, all Pingval had to do was stay directly under Sakuya, centered on her. Remy here, this seems kind of annoying. So she turns into bats really early on, and you can't actually get a picture of her soon enough before she turns into bats. And what Pingval's going to do is he's just going to circle around for like, I don't know, 25, 30 seconds until she reappears. Until that point, he can't take any shots of her. So now he can. There is a crazy strat you can do here where you actually stay in between these lanes of bullets because they're aimed at you to some extent. But probably not the best choice, especially for a marathon. Alright, so Sakuya's gimmick for stopping time, and you're seeing that a lot here. So Pingval's being very mindful of these lanes of non-stick now. While also watching out for these aim bubbles. So these bubbles, I kind of hinted at earlier, having like much smaller hitboxes than how their sprites visibly appear. So I guess a rule of thumb here is the white outer rims for these bubbles are typically safe. So you can actually get pretty close in there and not die. This scene kind of plays reference to Scarlet and Sokyo from Toho 6. Just like clusters of bullets being pulled around from walls. Alright, here's another puzzly one, and the best course of action is to basically stay really close to Sakuya. Typically on like the left or right side here. So she's going to create this ring of red bullets every now and then, and you only have so much time to actually get this charge off, so he needs to be charging for pretty much the entire duration here to successfully get this going. While also dodging all those knives. It can be pretty difficult. Oh my god! Very nice. That was scary. Knives have pretty big hitboxes. That was some really nice dodging. And so Remy's throwing bats at Aya right now. And these bats are, after a certain amount of time, they're going to just start spawning knives in random directions. Thankfully, pictures also cancel bats. So, as long as he keeps moving in this circle, keeps getting decent shots off, and it should go without a hitch. Awesome. Alright, so here's another gimmicky one. You might not actually get to see what the gimmick here is, but basically Sakuya is going to move around, throw a bunch of bullets out, a bunch of knives, and then move around again. If you try taking a picture when she's stationary and actually creating bullets, then she's gonna freeze time and then like try to dodge your camera shot. So Pingval's gonna be taking shots here only when she's moving around. Avoid that. Yeah, didn't see it once. Here we got some fat ramming lasers. You can see as we're getting further into the game, these patterns are getting a lot more advanced, a lot more difficult. By the time you get to like shot 6, shot 7 here, this is going to look pretty nasty. Alright, heading into level 8. By the way, this game has 85 scenes. And we have 8, 9, 10 X, so 4 more levels to go. So we're about like 2/3 of the way there. In terms of like actual level count. In terms of like time spent, we're probably at, I don't know, maybe a bit over half. So this is another cool use of just hugging the sides. Taking full advantage of the landscape shots. So the spot Pingval's choosing here this game is always going to be safe, but starting now, Yuka is going to start shooting bubbles into you, so either he's going to need to take shots that cancel everything, so that he can remain safe here, or he's going to have to switch sides. Like a bubble persists. Nice. Alright, this scene is just completely random. It's just walls of amulets coming from either side. And then, I believe starting with shot 3, she's going to start throwing aimed round bullets at you. So he has to be pretty careful here. And it's really hard balancing this, like, you want to be charging as much as possible, but sometimes you just have to let go of that and dodge at a faster speed. And actually understanding when to do that, and knowing that, like, that risk balance, that's probably one of the hardest parts of speedrunning this game. Being able to understand when enough's enough, and you just have to get the hell out of there. So Yuko here is just aiming up and it's leaving like a trail of butterflies, but if he does this movement pattern he's doing right now where he just like goes to the center and then works his way up, this works pretty much every time. Nice. Alright, this scene's pretty messy, so Ran is going to create these, like, huge clusters of bullets that cover a vast majority of the screen. And either your choices are to go all the way around them, which means you can dodge these annoying red bullets, or you can take pictures through them. Feasibly, you can fit between them, like the actual purple angels, but probably not something you want to do, especially with the randomness of the reds. This is a lot harder than it looks. It's a lot harder than it looks. It's really easy getting trapped there. Or just either going around too fast and hitting something. So Yuko here is going to be moving down and then up again, and I want to say the intended method here for clearing this is to just go all the way to the top. But Pingval's going to stick to the side here to always take good shots of her. Nice, clean, and fast shots. Yeah, this is going to go down really quick. This is a 10-shot scene. So normally this can take a very long time. And dying here can be super punchy. But it's no problem for Pingval. Alright, this scene, Ran is just going to be locked on their position. So if you're constantly moving in one direction, she should naturally miss you. But sometimes that doesn't always work. at charge speed at least. If you're focusing, then she should hold on to, but when you're charging, I want to say sometimes she just randomly hits you, even if you're constantly holding left or right. Oh my god. Almost ran out of room there. That was really close. Oh god, okay. Oh man. That's a nasty scene. So, this is a cool scrap. These, like, ghost butterfly things are gonna lock in on Aya's position. And he stayed in the top left there to kind of move them to the left. And then, right as everything was about to explode out, he darted right, such that one shot could clear everything at once. That sucks. But, well, we get to see this. So, he's moving these ghost butterflies to the left, and then he's gonna dart here. And this gives him more time to get the shot off, such that he captures everything, because he's now further away from his butterflies. It's just some really cool positioning. Oh, this is pretty hard. He's doing this last shot super aggressive. Nice. Alright, level 9. So, for anyone who's played this game, I would say level 9 and 10 are like the parts you really remember from your first playthrough. This is where the difficulty really ramps up. So 9-1 is going to be aiding and Kaguya. This first one, she's just making this like super dense and slow pattern. These elliptical, Mike and Ike bullets, as I've been calling them. And Pingval is just going to be looking for opportunities to snipe a shot without taking a hit. Nice. Being able to judge when you can take those shots is not easy. It's important to note that when you're taking a shot, time doesn't freeze, it only slows down, and you're vulnerable during this. So if you're taking a shot, hoping to zoom in very far away, and bullets are coming right at you, those bullets might hit you before you actually get the shot off. So you might die even if you're about to take like the final shot on the boss. This pattern is Pingval's just gonna make these gigantic, like, parabola movements to misdirect everything. Most people probably don't realize this at first and they just stick to the bottom, which makes this really difficult, because that pattern's pretty dense and really random. Okay, so the pattern here is going to alternate between these random bullets flying everywhere and then these butterflies which are aimed around you. So Pingval's just going to stick to the corner here, side here, and by minimizing his movement, he doesn't have to worry about these butterflies ever. He only has to dodge these random bullets spawning around. Ah, damn it, dude. That sucks. That bullet spawned so close to him. That's one of the really difficult and frustrating things about running this game, whether it's for score or speed. These bullets can spawn like really close to you, even on you, and there's really not much you can do about that. It's just really hard to react to, and if it spawns on you, then it's game over. Yeah, this should be good. I should note that, given the individual level nature of this game, there is no life count. You can't game over in this game. And so far, this has been a really sick run. I think he's died, like, maybe 4 times? Maybe 3? I don't know. Like, in a game where literally everything can kill you, that's pretty damn good, so this is a really sick run so far. This is a hard scene, by the way. These walls of lasers, and then you can dodge these end lasers, which cover a lot of area on screen. So here, Arian is just going to be making these bullets that just bounce around, and Pingval probably has a pretty much set in stone route here on where to be and when to take shots. So this should be fairly seamless. Alright, 9-6. This is like the infamous scene. Now whether or not this is the hardest scene in the game is debatable, but if you ask, random people who have played this game what their most memorable scene is, what like the most iconic scene is from this game, they will probably say 9-6. So Kaguya is gonna just create these spirals of bullets. Right now it's 2. And she's also gonna be making these walls on the left and right hand sides, which can actually extend all the way to the center, making this really crafty. Now shot 5 is gonna be introducing a 3rd spiral, and then the next shot after that, the final shot, will introduce the 4th spiral. And all of these spirals are random, and they all travel at different speeds. And they all overlap in like awkward ways, so he has to parse all of this in real time. In general, this is probably one of the most difficult scenes to clear, if not the most difficult. I think the only other one that really competes is 10-5.
Time for a donation.
Sure.
Tristo. $100. Says, always enjoy watching girls with funny hats dodge ludicrous bullet patterns. Great.
Nice.
Put this towards my boy Oxus's cosplay man during Galgun. And thanks to the runners and everyone involved for setting up this marathon for the 3rd time. Thank you very much. Appreciate that donation. Certainly do that for you.
Alright, so here Pingval is just abusing this right wall again for these landscape shots. And you can see he's like edging to the bottom of these lasers and then to the top. This is just to misdirect these bubbles. Because these bubbles have fairly small hitboxes again because of the sprite, so he can actually make these squeezes. Oh, he almost took a hit there. That was so scary. When that bubble bounced against the wall, that being really close. And 9-8 here is another instance of him plugging the right side. This is going to make this really fast and easy. Quote-unquote fast and easy. What's convenient is, instead of staying at the bottom, where, you can zoom in really far and get like, crappy shots, he's getting like decent cancels here, so his percentage always starts decently high. And this allows him to take shots super fast. So there was like minimal dodging there. Alright, second to last level here before extra. Or last level before extra, rather. Second to last of the game. 10 is... I would say this is the hardest level of the game. The hardest like group of scenes. So, you got Komachi here, and then you have Shieki. So, for the first 3 shots here, he was just like running around her. Next 2, the bullets were aimed, so you just like have to move a bit. And then for the last 2 here, it's just completely random crap, spewing in all directions. It's super. It's a nice capture. All right, this scene is really random. So his first 3 shots here are going to be pretty fast, but his next 3 shots are going to be like these zoomed in shots from the bottom, where hopefully he'll get the shot before the blue wave here gets too nasty. Every time he gets a shot off here successfully, everything cancels, so... Nice, okay. That scene is really, really ridiculous. Like, it doesn't wall you, per se, but it can create really dense and ugly patterns where you're probably not going to react in time to dodge. Especially with really tight gaps. So here you're kind of meant to always spin around Komachi, but Pingval, for his first few shots there, you can see he was like sticking within the actual pattern of coins here. But at this point, he has no choice but to spin around. It's a bit too nasty. Alright, 10-4. This is a really stupid scene. So, this is mostly a gimmick scene, but anyone who doesn't know that has probably had like a really harsh time here. So, I want to say it's the next few shots coming up, but for these shots right now, they're just, oh man, those lasers are huge. He has to be really precise with his taps, going in the left or right direction, just to make sure he dodges the bullets coming at him without touching the bullets like surrounding him. So he has to tap just that right amount. So this next one is also just micro tapping. And then for these next two, I want to say a lot of people just stick in the center. It turns out that if you just focus and hold a direction, it just aims around you perfectly. Like, look at this. How are you supposed to come up with that? If you actually choose to dodge in the center, there's just random laser crap spewing everywhere, and it's awful. You can be stuck here for an hour or longer just trying to clear it once. So here he's abusing the fact that she only aims half of her pattern at you. So there's effectively a safe spot at the top. Okay, 10-5. This is like the other super hard dodging card. So it's kind of similar in structure to 9-7, where at shot 3 she's going to introduce another thing here, which are these aim coins. Shot 5, I believe there's going to be triplets for the coins. So coins aimed at you and then around you. And then for the final shot, there's going to be another color of like bullets in general, just randomly going everywhere. This is really hard and really random. Oh my god! Oh, yeah, this is a nightmare.
A couple donations.
Sure.
We have $20 from Big Fun Balls. Let's be the next runner, so stick around for his run. It'll be entertaining. He says, may each dollar represent my love for Nacho Yaku. Good pleasure. Thank you, Vic. And also $5 from Rafi. He says, based Pingval. Yeah, just take a quick moment to see where we're at. Come on, guys. That's a good incentive you want your money to go to. You know, we got all these wonderful incentives. Sorry, Dan.
That was cool. You just captured it. Makes me happy.
I'm glad.
Once again, there's just so much crap going on the screen at once.
But yeah, you know, we have stuff like the La Milana Bid War between original and remake music. That's really close. Only $10 difference. Undertale Bid War, Hug No Hug. That's pretty close. Further down the line, you have stuff like Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, all bosses instead of enders. That needs some more money. Or Final Fantasy 3, beat the game. So Final Fantasy 3 is one of my favorite games. So Nacho is going to beat Trip World, game by game, during the credits of Final Fantasy 3 if you donate for it. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna assume Vic is donating for that, since he put his money for that. Yeah, there's also really cool incentives, so just check it out. You know, check out where you can donate to. You also, if you donate right now, which seems like a lot of people are donating for, you can win a Shoot the Bullet CD for the PC, and that's courtesy of Retrocycle. And there's a great eBay store, you can check them out. You can also follow them on Twitter, Retro and SAIKOU. Graciously donated a lot of prizes for us, as well as the grand prize, which is a Super Famicom console controller and cable, which you donate $20 throughout the entire marathon. You don't have to do it like just one $20 donation. It can be like $5 donation. It's fine, as long as it adds up to 20. And then, yeah, you have to win that grand prize. So please, we appreciate your donations. Keep them coming, and yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Okay, so here is the last scene of level 10, excuse me. So Aya here is just fighting Aya. I guess you can almost think of this as like a boss in the game, except she's not. And this game actually provides no real closure. There's no credit sequence, there's no, like, congratulations, there's no the end. You just play it. I kind of wish there was, like, a congratulations screen after beating this scene, but what can you do? Yeah, so these butterflies here are just aimed at you, so he's going to tap up or down to dodge them, left and right. And now we're going into extra. Almost level 1, but we went back to extra. So here we're going to be fighting 4 different bosses throughout. So the first is Flandra. If you like memes, then this is probably your favorite to do. He's just going to stick here in the center. And he's only going to have to micro dodge a few of these waves, assuming the shots are timed well, but this is pretty tricky. And since he's always charging, it's kind of difficult fitting between these. Nice capture. Okay, X2. This is a gimmick scene. He's just gonna spin around in circles, pretty much, around the screen. Or... No, is this a new thing? Oh, dude, this is new. When did this come out? Maybe this is like the IL scout or something. This is really sick. He's staying at the bottom here, so normally you would just like go around in a circle, and that's actually pretty slow, but he optimized that really well. Just sticking to the bottom. It's really easy if you go around in a circle, but that looks a lot more terrifying. Really sick.
I would just like to point out that we have crossed $500 in donations, so thanks everybody.
Sick.
Yeah.
Order Awakened Particle. I really like this spell. It's really pretty.
And I do want to remind people too that you actually can win a copy of this game if you donate $5 or more before the end of the run, and we are coming up on the end of the run, so get those donations in if you want to be entered to win a copy of Shoot the Bullet for yourself.
You guys gotta donate. This game is worth way more than $5 in terms of fun alone. Alright, well, we just went through Ikari, but I guess one thing to note there was for X3, that one with the lasers. I guess normally you only take one picture per like laser cycle, but there he was squeezing in about 2 shots per cycle, so that went down really fast, and it's not easy to do. Oh my god! Oh, get out of there! Oh man! He was like engulfed in bullets there. After he made it out. This scene is really long, so dying here really sucks. I'm happy you made it out in one piece. X6 is... he's going to be abusing a safe spot here, which probably isn't immediately obvious, but if you look at these columns of bullets, there's like this really tight squeeze between these big rain bullets and smaller ones, and he's just going to stay in here the entire time, kind of nudging when he feels it's right to do so. And if all goes well, he won't run into a single hitbox. Yep, perfect. That's really tricky to do consistently. Alright, so here Suika is Cloud, and Pingval's just gonna run around in circles to keep her centered, while taking occasional shots to clear all the bullets. So Suika's gonna leave bullets in her wake as she moves around, and she's not gonna become actually vulnerable until, I believe it's like 175 on the timer, so we have to wait just a bit longer before he can take a successful shot. And this is a scene where that failed shot mechanic, the percentage attributed to that, really comes into play, because most of these shots are going to fail in making things safer around the playfield. And every time he takes a failed shot, assuming the shot actually captures a decent number of bullets, he's going to start his next charge around 60%. So he's not far away from charging to 100%. so he gets to take pictures really fast here. But it looks like he's gonna have to weave through some bullets now. You can do it, man. You can defeat Horned Anime. Oh, he's trapped! He's trapped! No! Oh, that sucks. This is hard, man. I think Suiko was just like a few seconds at most from becoming vulnerable again, so that was almost over. But Suiko was having none of it. Also, like previous scenes, if you're around Suiko's flow and she's just randomly spawning bullets everywhere, it is possible for a bullet to spawn on her. So you really want to keep her distance from her, which is easier said than done because she's just always on your tail. And when she's like far, you're probably dealing with bullets anyway, dodging through them. Oh, those bubbles. I'm digging Pingval's Aya dance at the beginning. Every retry. You can sense his frustration through it. This is really, really hard, but he has like super high expectations for himself. So if he's not getting first try and it's not fast, then he's probably just instantly unhappy. But playing this without making any errors whatsoever. Ooh. Okay. So what makes this really tricky is the fact that your camera naturally aims toward the boss. And oftentimes when you're running away, you don't want to aim to the boss. You want to aim away from the boss to clear what's ahead of you, because that's probably where all the bullets are, that's where all the gun shit is. But your camera's just always going to aim like backwards back to the boss. So this can be really, really annoying to deal with. I do want to note that this is the second to last scene in the entire game, so we are at 83 scene clears at the moment of 85. So once this is done and we have another scene to go, that's when time stops, so I'll let you know. So Let's gonna take the left side here. No, he's gonna go right down the center. He's crisscrossing. Oh my god! Oh, this is a good situation to be in. He has lots of room here. Oh no. Oh no, he didn't get a shot off on that cycle. Oh no. Oh no. You can do it, Let. You can take down Horned Anime. Okay, he's gonna have to survive like another 20 seconds, which is a lot more than you normally would. Oh no. Hang in there, man. You can do it.
So hard.
Yeah, this entire game is very difficult. Like if if you've never played, or let me rephrase that, if you're inexperienced in bullet hell games, and especially like Toho, a first playthrough of this game, clearing every scene can take a lot of play sessions. You can be here for a long time just clearing all this shit for the first time ever. So, to do all of this in a single hour, it's asking you to work a lot, but this guy's a god. There's actually like a war of terminology here, because in speedrunning we refer to them as god players, but in the Touhou community they're super players. And shmups in general, so I guess Pingval's both. Okay, so we cleared that scene. Never have to see that again. And I'm sure he's like so happy to see Pandemonium at this moment. That scene that we just cleared, that he just cleared, next to his Wii moments, is very difficult. So Pandemonium here, Suika's last one. This too is going to be extremely dense. These last shots are going to get insane. So just be on the lookout here. It's going to be immediately obvious to you. I think we're like one shot away from just shit hitting the fan. Alright, yeah, so this is just very careful dodging and taking zoomed in shots when he can. Oh, you can do it. Oh, there's a clump. Oh, he found a safe spot. Oh, time.
I don't understand.
Sub 1. Alright, very nice run. Oh my god, that was scary at the end. Man, that was really sick.
Good.
That was absolutely insane.
Yeah, I'm really happy we got to see that. Big shout outs to Let for joining this marathon. Like, that was a huge surprise submission from him. I was not expecting to see Shoot the Bullet submitted to this, so really cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, we've had some really fantastic submissions this time around, making it pretty unique. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, you know, as somebody who watches, you know, what we would consider like more traditional speedruns, I think this is just super impressive.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like the shmup version of Meat Boy or Dust Force or like I Want to Be the Guy, that kind of stuff. That like masochistic individual level platformer.
Yeah.
You just have like the bullet hell version of that. So this is just really cool to see. Really happy it was included.
Yeah, thanks for doing the commentary for it, and thanks to Pingval for the run. Everybody, please give Pingval a follow on Twitch, twitch.tv/Pingval. So check him out.
Yeah, if you guys like Final Fantasy speedruns, or I think he does Dragon Quest 2 also. 2 as in TOO, not TWO, then definitely give him a follow. So RPGs and shmups.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
So yeah, coming up next we have Bic Fung Balls. Great name. He's going to be playing WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. I've never seen this game before, but it sounds funny enough, so let's go.
Looking forward to it. All right, I'm going to switch the stream setup here, and we'll keep it going. Thanks again to Ping and BJW. And here we go with...
Sounds good.
Okay. That was amazing. I really enjoyed that run.
Same.
What's up, everybody?
Hey. I don't know if we're live on stream yet.
We should be for just a brief minute here while I set up.
Okay. Let me know when you're good to go, and then I'll do a quick plug.
Okay. I mean, you can do it right now if you want to, because I'm
Sure.
still setting up.
All right. Well, just want to let everybody know that this is JRTA3. JRTA Marathon. We are raising money for two fantastic Japanese runners to come to AGDQ and perform. So, of course, AGDQ January 8th to 14th. And representing Team Japan will be ZZZ